I'm Shawn Collins. Here's what you need to know about a dangerous chemical known as vinyl chloride. First, let's talk about how it gets into the environment and potentially threatens your family. You need to know that vinyl chloride typically started out as a different chemical, sometimes TCE, sometimes PCE, and then in the environment, TCE and PCE undergo a process called degradation. This happens over time. But that means that the TCE and PCE can degrade into vinyl chloride. Now, this typically happens near factories where TCE or PCE were used, say, to clean parts and then dumped out the back door and allowed over the years to bleed down into the groundwater. Sometimes, though, it happens at landfills. Years ago, at some landfills, particularly ones that didn't have a lining underneath them, the TCE or PCE was dumped, sometimes in drums in the landfill, and then, as at the factory, the TCE and the PCE were allowed to bleed down into the groundwater, undergo the degradation process, and turn into vinyl chloride. In either case, factory or landfill, the vinyl chloride winds up in the groundwater, and that's where the problem starts for human beings. Because if that groundwater is the source of a family's water supply, for example, if the family has a private well, which is basically just drawing water out of the groundwater right underneath the family home, then if there's vinyl chloride in that groundwater, that's what's coming out of the family's kitchen tap, for example, or the shower head in the bathroom. And if that groundwater has vinyl chloride in it, that's what the human beings are being exposed to. They're drinking it or it's touching their skin. But there's another way too, where vinyl chloride in groundwater can be a problem. Vinyl chloride has a property known as volatilization. It volatilizes. It turns into a vapor. And when it does turn into a vapor, it starts to seep back up through the soil and toward the basements of homes and businesses. Vinyl chloride in air or in vapor form can seep into the breathing air of homes and businesses without people even knowing it, and through the tiniest of cracks. It's colorless and odorless, so people can be breathing it, or for that matter, drinking it, or it can be touching their skin, and they don't know it. So it's sneaky in that regard. And very dangerous too. Let's talk about the pertinent health information. First of all, you need to know that there is absolutely no safe level of vinyl chloride in your air or in your drinking water. No safe level. Also, every serious science organization that I know about that studied its health effects has concluded that vinyl chloride is a carcinogen in human beings. It causes cancer. Principally, these medical studies identify liver cancer, brain cancer, lung cancer, and blood cancers like lymphoma and leukemia as those most principally associated with exposure to vinyl chloride. So obviously we're talking here about a chemical that is very, very dangerous. It disrupts our immune system, and particularly so for children, especially for young children. Vinyl chloride exposure is really, really dangerous. So the bottom line of all of this is that if you even suspect that vinyl chloride may be in your home or in your neighborhood, in your water, in your air, you need to do everything you can to separate your family from this dangerous chemical. Now, if you want more information about vinyl chloride, you can go to my website. It's collinslaw.com. Click on my environmental blog and you'll get more detailed information about this dangerous chemical known as vinyl chloride.